Checking the sound. Checking the sound. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Wow, what a night. Bitcoin dumped because of the CPI. The CPI, the Consumer Price Index, was more than expected, and not only Bitcoin, but the stock market dumped as well. So although the weekly looks bullish, yeah, I was saying yesterday we have to be careful because we can get rejected exactly from the daily Ichimoku cloud that I showed. And I didn't know if we're going to get rejected. Indeed, yeah, I had a short, but I wasn't sure. Nobody has a crystal ball. We're just looking at the chart and make our decisions based on that. And why a short was a good decision? Although we had the money flow going up, we had divergence in the momentum here. So we had lower high and price making higher high. Money flow was not divergent, but the momentum was. So there was high likelihood that we get some rejection, some sort of rejection. And at least if you're not shorting, you have to be careful longing here. This is the teaching that I want to give to everyone. If you're not shorting, at least have a stop loss and be careful. I'm sure a lot of people who are liquidated right here, longing, FOMOing, opening longs, and then they were liquidated. Okay, so let's see what happens now. It's the 1 hour. Of course, we have divergence again. I'm not sure if we're going lower. We have to see. It's very possible that we continue lower if we break the 20k. We stopped at the 20k support, but if we break it right now with this AOX on the 45 minute, yeah, we just have to watch out. If we break this support, we're going considerably lower. I think at least 19k, and if 19k doesn't hold, we're going to 14k. This is the reality at the moment. I'm not saying whether it's bad, whether it's good. For some it's good, for some it's bad, but this is how it is. Now let's see on the 30-minute, money flow is still going down. 15-minute, I would be very careful to long here, to open long. Very careful. I just want to wait this 45-minute. Now let's see what happened on the daily of the Ichimoku. I was saying yesterday that we're just in the higher Bollinger here, and we're just in the actual cloud in the daily. And there was a high likelihood either we break up or we get rejected. So yesterday was the day that I said we'll have some action here, and we had some action, pretty powerful action. Now with having in mind the macro picture that we will have additional rate cuts, most probably, not only in September but in the next month. The stock market is going to tank, and so is Bitcoin. So I think this 14k, 13k target looks more probable and more high probability for me. So I'll be very careful to long right now. Indeed, if I can, I will accumulate some USD and wait for lower prices to buy Bitcoin lower. Now on the 21 minute, you see how powerful here is, how wide is the cloud. I doubt that we are going past this wide cloud. Maybe we can have some correction, but it will stop at 21 something or at 21k. Just see how thick is the cloud. So we might be going down lower, if not a small correction, really a small one at 20.8 or 20.5. Even it can go to 21, but lower probability for me. Now the next support here is 19k, so I think if we break this 20k and start going more to the downside, we're going to 19k. If 19k doesn't hold, prepare for some action, some turbulent action. Okay, let me see on the 4 hour what is the picture, but I want to see the average volume delta. Okay, let's see. So we have some bullishness here, if you believe. Like, strange picture. We fell so much, we fell a very small amount compared to the price, and we'll see. That's weird. That's a little bit bullish, I would say. We might probably get supported here at 20k at this support, and we might go a little bit higher. That looks really weird. Now the Bitcoin price, Google Trends. Yeah, I think we bottomed here, which means that we are starting this. Finally, we're starting this leg to the downside, meaning that interest in Bitcoin will increase if the price goes down, and if it goes down quick. So this was from middle of June. The low that we had at 17.6, 17.5, and you see the interest was 100. And if we go to 14k or 13k, I'll be looking at this indicator if the interest is at near 100 again, because this will show that we are bottoming. Yeah, that's I think that's the analysis from my side. I don't want to keep it too long, because I want to play also Inspo Crypto on-chain analysis, but overall this is what I think. Don't be surprised if we go down for another huge leg. Just the macro picture is telling me this might be it finally. Now, seeing this indicator, it's well, we cannot take a position right now. That's for sure. I'm not able to take position right now. I want more time to see what is happening with this 15-minute, and I can play Inspo Crypto on-chain data.
Hello, folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis. As announced yesterday, I'm going to provide today's analysis just earlier, just because I'm going to be very busy this afternoon, and I will pause the billing, so nobody is going to charge you for tomorrow because I'm not going to provide any analysis tomorrow. And but just Thursday, I will provide Thursday, Friday, and of course Saturday. I will provide the daily analysis again. So just really one day. Well, first of all, we will see what's going to happen today because we know that we have a very exciting day also related to some events. So we have just in 1 hour and a little bit more, they will release the CPI data. And we will check because I noticed also almost 12,000 Bitcoin inflows to spot exchanges coming from entities. Entities reducing their balances even more. At the same time, I received a lot of whale alerts also today, for example, and it's indicating me they had different withdrawals. So 92 millions in USDT from Binance to unknown, just close before 140 millions from Binance to unknown, and just close before 130 millions from Binance to unknown. And that's the same we had last Friday. 92 millions, 92 millions, 92 millions, everything in almost within 2 hours. So everything looks like that's an exit rally at the moment. So they are distributing. The most interesting part is that Binance is buying a lot. A lot of spot. They are pushing. Even if the candle looks red, they are pushing and pushing with a high volume delta, really high. 740 bitcoins here, 800 bitcoins here, while the candle was red. So indicating other exchanges were just selling. And that's something that's surprising me, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Binance itself is buying, because I don't see any huge stablecoin inflows coming in, and that's something really strange. So I don't know why Binance should do that, but for me it looks like Binance is, the exchange itself, is acting here as another market actor at the moment. So let us go forward and check the wealth ratio. Wealth ratio declining because since our, what was that, 79, we declined a lot. So of course also here it's declining. Everything is fine, it's still too high, above of 50, so nothing big here. Also here we can see that the stablecoin reserves and exchanges, the trend is clear, it's declining. Also stablecoin supply, it's not really lifting up. So also indicating that something is wrong here, to be honest. So, you know, it looks like a little bit like, they are distributing. It would match to the entities, while entities with less than 100 bitcoins are accumulating. So it seems that big entities don't want to accumulate, not yet. Let us go forward. So we can see this big orange bar. That's the last inflow we received, and it's indicating 11,981 bitcoins, and it matches very well to the entities, indicating here 10,800 bitcoins. So while they are still reducing their balances, in my opinion, extremely bearish, the whole thing. And as mentioned yesterday, it wouldn't be the first time that they make such a full rally just to trap a lot of retailers and then dump. But nobody knows exactly what the CPI is going to indicate. Last time from June to July, the CPI reduced from 8. It reduced to 8.5%, and now they are forecasting 8.1%. If that's still the effect of the declining energy price, it could happen that the CPI declined even more. So that would be bullish for equities, as we know, but also for DXY. So in my opinion, DXY will go up first, and we will see how Bitcoin and the equities are going to react to that. So that's something we need to see. It's not clear. In my opinion, it's just one phase, one sequence, because as mentioned yesterday, OPEC Plus countries announced to reduce their production again. So energy prices, mainly oil, should go up again and will bring some impact to the inflation again. And so CPI should in the next month go up again. And that's what I would expect at least. So yeah, otherwise, as you see, stablecoin inflows, but 47 millions, as mentioned yesterday in my analysis, nothing big. They withdraw here 5,200 bitcoins once again. Makes sense after they took profit here, indicating they withdraw stablecoins. Usually that means they sold, they distributed their way up once again, and they withdraw. The new buyers withdraw. However it is, we don't know, but it was surprising me what Binance is doing, to be honest. I, of course, nobody can say if that's really Binance, but it looks really strange that only Binance is buying spot all the time, all the time. So let us go forward. So funding rate since yesterday almost unchanged. So it lifted up, declined. It's lifting up again. So also here nothing big since yesterday. Nothing big changed. Leverage ratio declined a lot, and that's what it's doing. So declining in trend a little bit, but also here no big change since yesterday. And open interest is even lifting up more, even if declined a little bit since yesterday, but it's very high, really high. So since in the last 4 weeks, open interest was never in that level. So a lot of open interest coming in means just they are placing a lot of orders and futures at the moment. Related to stablecoins and derivative exchanges, taking profit.
So actually, this is before the dump, and these are the wonks that are trapped, and they got dumped after that. So I want to see uh, the the entities, what is happening with the entities, because this is a little bit old data, and so these guys are already liquidated, the late wonks, I mean. So I want to see entities, yeah, and that that's that.
But it's very bullish. These guys are lifting up in balances, but in my opinion, it's still far away from an accumulation like they did just before. But these guys accumulated very well. These guys accumulated very well. These guys accumulated very well. So every entity below of 100 bitcoins. These guys started to lift up their balances, but they love to make quick profits, so they buy to sell afterwards. So if they are expecting some volatility, they will buy even more, and then when it's go up, they will start to sell and reduce their balances. And market maker entities just reducing more and more their balances, even more and more. So to be honest, for me, it's still the key. Only if these guys starts to accumulate, the whole market will change. It's not happening. They're reducing even more. They are using every opportunity just to reduce more their balances. They are doing exactly the same like last time with a different of volume, for example, of course. But last time they lifted up in balances and reduced a lot while the price lifted up. The question is why to reduce your balances here? I mean, they did that before in the higher and upper levels, but why? That looks a little bit like they know something. And as mentioned several times, since 2020, this entity is in particular indicating they have information advantage. So why are these guys declining their balances? I really don't know. I mean, to send almost 11,000 bitcoins to spot exchanges, that's pure distribution. They know they can use this 11,000 bitcoins to bring some volatility, because with the CPI data, they will start to sell. Maybe the CPI data, if the inflation is going down, equities will lift up just to distribute. But why? I don't know. So yeah, and these entities, of course, lifting up because these entities are almost to 80%, I would say, just linked to exchanges. Okay, let us take a look to the next chapter. So since yesterday, nothing big happened here. You know, I mean, Coinbase, as you see, they are placing. So the next wall will be at 23k, but that's it. They removed a lot of volume.
I think it's clear that too much late wonks, and they wanted to liquidate them. So as I said, for now maybe I can do a very small scalp, maybe to the wrong side, but be very careful because very soon I think we will get a rejection. So if you're doing a scalp to the wrong side, be very careful, have a stop, and because it's very probable that we get rejected and go down. Maybe I want to take this, have a really small scalp, but the 45 minutes is still not done, so I'm not in a hurry to long this. Okay, see you, have a good day going forward.